You know, there's been a lot of rhythm games over the years. Guitar Hero, Rock Band, Elite Beat Agents. There was that Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest one where you just played the intros. I like rhythm games. I'm not very good at them, but I do like rhythm games. And now I can relive my days of struggling at Guitar Hero with Gal Metal, a game that has you defend the universe from aliens via music. Of course. Honestly, I really, really, really try to like Gal Metal. It's a new game from Marvelous Software, but the game just seemed to really fight me every step of the way. Now, this was a review copy that they were nice enough to give me, and I did go in blind, which didn't help whatsoever, because there's a few things that I could have done with. I expected a rhythm game, but what I got was a game that expected you to be good at rhythm games straight from the beginning. And I'm not good at rhythm games. Okay, so I managed to get through to the end of Uendan or Elite Beat Agents and a few of the others, and I did okay with them. However, Gal Metal just seems to assume you can do things to a rhythm without much of a prompt. Okay, so to start off, Gal Metal is a tale of an all-girl band group that must fight aliens in order to save the world, as I've already said. Sounds fun, sounds silly, sounds a little bit stupid. Yeah, honestly, the storyline and the presentation is as ludicrous as you would expect. It's a lot of fun. I really, really, really like the designs of the characters. The storyline aspect from what I have, it wasn't anything amazing. It wasn't anything over the top. It was just fun. And it's got a huge amount of charm. It feels like something like you would expect from a manga series. Even the main character, a girl who is being combined with a guy who controls the body with the appearance and soul of a girl. Yeah, wrap your head around that without playing the game. And it's really fun story. The characters are really fun. I was enjoying the interactions between these characters and how this girl was trying to live life. But the issue comes down to the rhythm game itself, and yeah, it's not amazing. You play the drums, and while the optimal setup for the game is to flail your arms around like it's Wii Music, you can play with the controls naturally, like on the screen or in handheld mode. Now, I felt that the handheld mode and the screen mode were very uncooperative. Something that I did pick up once I looked through things even further is that the game actively recommended you not to use the screen. So yeah, it was like, don't even bother using it on the big screen, just play it in handheld mode. And I was like, straight away, I was like, well, okay. And then, fair enough, I don't know, why give it as an option when it's clearly not purposed for that? It was something that was really annoyed us. And I had a little bit better experience once I did start using the handheld mode docked, but yeah. So rhythm parts are segmented into two versions: practice sessions and story sessions. Practice sessions are what you'd expect. A type of drum beat will appear on the screen and you'll have to try and keep up with it. And if you're already struggling with the practice sessions, yeah, I struggled with the practice sessions. Some seemed easy enough to pick up, while others just didn't seem to want to register anything that I did. And it was really irritating, and honestly, it's just one of those things, like, if I'm not getting much luck at the beginning of a game, I know there's the whole thing of get good, but the game should be easing you into it. At no point does the game really explain what the different colours mean. I'm just assuming that it means a different type of beat. So, for example, you've got kick and then you've got smash the cymbals, or you got whatever. I was assuming you had to alternate between them. maybe I didn't have to. I don't really know. It wasn't given as much feedback. It was just like, yeah, you did this. And then after, if it wasn't, it was just like, yeah, are you doing anything? So it was a little bit, it wasn't really responsive in the way that if you aren't getting it, you're not going to get. The story sessions, however, expect you to have committed all of this down into memory as you fight the aliens. So yeah, I got lucky with the first few missions. I got through them fine. And then I soon found myself really struggling and being unable to even get a single beat onto the screen because it doesn't give you a reminder. You can pause it and then look at the beats. But if you're struggling, that doesn't help. The beats just being on the screen without a metronome or anything like that is very difficult. You can get the simple duh, 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 one easy, or the duh, ch, duh, ch. They're fine. Anything on top of that, unless you are really good at committing stuff to memory, you are going to struggle. I know what you guys are thinking. Why not just keep practicing until you eventually get these down to memory? Well, simply the game forces you to balance the practice sessions with a social life and school and work and all of that stuff, which offer you bonuses to help you through the game. So yes, you either get to focus on getting good or you get to have bonus and character development, which you will later rely on to get you through the later levels. Why does a game that requires you to memorize rhythm patterns penalize you when you try to practice the rhythm patterns? It's ridiculous. Okay, so beating the story level will let you unlock these as practice on the main screen, but this is after this much needed practice levels, not before. So if you're struggling with a story level, you're going to have to go through to some of the early stuff to try and learn them to get through the later stuff. The stuff that it teaches you for that specific one, you're going to have to balance with your social life. So yeah, I mean, I did have a little bit of a better experience on handheld mode, and when I was waving the controllers around like a ninny, it was a little bit better, but overall I kind of feel that, I don't know, it's like because there was that much of an issue with the big screen and other stuff, I was just like, I wasn't that impressed. I was like, it's fighting me every step of the way when I'm trying to enjoy this game. I mean, if you're really good at rhythm games, you probably will get a lot more enjoyment out of Gal Metal than I did. And it probably a big reason that I didn't hugely enjoy this game was that the fact that I am not good at these games. But if I'm playing a few hours of this, I should be expecting a little bit more than what I was getting. And because the game was fighting me every step of the way, and I was loving the story and the characters, I was just like, eventually I was just like, you know what? It's not even worth it. This is coming from Marvelous Software as well. You know, the guys who make Senna and Kagura, but this just, no. Like I said, if you love rhythm games, go for it. You'll probably get a lot more enjoyment than I did. Story is great. The steep learning curve is what killed it for me. And if you're newcomers, like I said, I had to look further afield into more stuff. I mean, the fact that it suggested not even using the main screen was something that didn't pick up on the game, and I had to look into the press pack, was something that I was kind of like, maybe this is not something that, I don't know, maybe it wasn't all polished when it came out, but maybe patches, hopefully. Elite Beat Agents is still a thing, exists, go play that one, I suppose. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for another discussion on video games. If you have any opinions or please some tips for Gal Metal, please leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Thank you for coming, and thank you again for staying. Goodbye.